Hey, welcome students. My name is Mr. Schwab. I'll be your instructor for the Principles of Animation this session, and I thought I'd try to offer you a few of these little demonstrational videos to clarify some different things, to let you see basically how I work, and just to give you some better ideas to solve your problems as quickly as possible and let you concentrate on just doing your work. But anyways, the first thing then that I really wanted to make sure that you had a few things ahead of time, so it'll give you some time this week to try to get some of the supplies that you may not have yet. The first thing that's written up in your in the class is for you to have the Richard Williams Animator Survival Kit. It really is a little bit of an advanced book, and I'll offer a couple other ones along the way, namely Preston Blair's cartoon animation book. This one really concentrates a whole lot on walks. It has like 73 pages of walks and runs and all different kinds of things, but it's a great resource for you. So we'll be using this. You'll be using it actually for all of your animation classes, so it's a good investment. Next of all, for your third assignment this week, which is sketching the cup and the mouse, you can actually sketch any object that's going to be small enough for you to basically place it in front of you and move around it, so that you don't necessarily have to stick with what they suggest. But anyways, just make sure that you do some nice sketches. I just have some funny characters here that are actually good suggestions for the animation, but I'm just have these, a 9 by 12 or 11 by 14 sketchbook, anything that's going to work on your scanner, whether you can scan part of the page, the whole page, depending upon the size of your scanner. But anyways, you'll need your sketchbook for everything that you're doing. You should always do your preliminary work in your sketchbook before you attempt to even do the animation. Speaking of animation, you will want to try to get your hands on one of these peg bars. You can get them pretty much through this animation company, supply company, Cartoon Color Company out in California. I'm going to post their address and necessary information for you to be, for you to be able to get these supplies. But it's very helpful. You also want to make sure that you get some punched animation paper. This paper is 10.5 by 12.5. It actually is the size of a 12 field. We'll talk about field sizes and things in the future, one of the future demos that I give. But anyways, the paper and the peg bar are going to make it a lot easier for you to be successful creating your animation. And again, you want to have these things so that you have less problems than what you already need. So in terms of your those supplies, the other thing that you're going to want to have on your computer is the Digicel Flipbook software, which is the animation software that we use at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. I think the small version, the student version, is around $99. You'll have to check with Digicel. That would be at digicel.net. You can get both Digicel for the Mac and for the PC. And you can get a demo version. The problem with that is a lot of students rely on that because it's free, but at the same time it leaves a watermark on all of your work, and so it's very difficult to kind of see through the watermark. It's not a bad thing for the first assignment or two, but at the same time, when it comes to having final demonstrations of your work, you end up always having something that has a watermark on it. Therefore you can't really use it to show other people, to show people how you've accomplished animation. And then when you show your family around Christmas time what you've accomplished this session, they're going to wonder what that watermark in the middle of your animation is, so it's not very entertaining. So anyways, I really would like you to invest in that. It's going to be really helpful, and as a student you really need to have that. Lastly, I just wanted to mention, since we're going to be scanning that assignment 3 and the assignment at the end of the week for the model sheet, which I'll probably try to actually upload a sample of a model sheet to you before the end of the week, or I'll at least maybe scan mine. But one way or the other, when using your scanner for these different things, try to make sure that you use a very reasonable size of a file, probably starting at about 75 to 150 dpi instead of a 300 dpi or higher. you definitely want to be aware of and have a responsibility to the size of your files so that they don't get to be that big. And you're also going to want to check the quality of your scans before you upload that. So make sure that your line quality is dark enough, that you've got the a good setting. So always pre-test your scanning and look at it to see if it really reads well, or to see what kind of other adjustments that you might want to make before you put those into the dock sharing area. And I'd also point out that I have my another peg bar here that's attached to my scanner, so that it makes it easy for me to basically, easily just lay my registered drawings right onto my peg bar and then scan those, accordingly based upon the different drawings that you've done. So just some helpful hints. I really hope that some of these videos are going to come in handy for you to just point a few different things out, especially when I start showing you how to do the animation, and then I'll be putting samples up in the dock sharing as well. So I'm really looking forward to the weeks ahead. It should be really exciting. I'm looking forward to doing these demos for you because I think it's going to help a lot with the learning process. And hey, let's have ourselves a good time. As I'll always say in the discussion areas, let her buck. Thanks.